Boy, what a week. You know, I was not going to post a video this week. I was going to just wait till next week. Not only because I'm super busy developing courses and working with people, but because this coronavirus fear-mongering has really got on my nerves. So I want to bring some things to your attention, just in case you've been feeding the narcissist with your fear, with your concern, with your worry. Maybe you even stopped working on your dreams because you're focused on the coronavirus. But you know what? Narcissists love to create fear. They are very, very skilled at manipulating other people. And for the most part, we know that the vast majority of people are very easily controlled. And this is because people have been programmed not to think for themselves. On average, we rely on information from other people to help us form our beliefs, to help us determine what we're going to do next. We are actually trained and conditioning. We are actually trained and conditioned through the formal educational system and the societal systems to not rely on our intuition. This is how I spent 5 years in an abusive relationship. This is how I spent so much of my time surrounded by people who were not good for me. And I'm sure you can relate to this because most of the time we are not thinking for ourselves. But in this video, I am going to charge you with thinking for yourself. Let's start with the flu. Each year, thousands of people are infected with the flu. It's even been said that a lot of people who were diagnosed with the flu this year actually had coronavirus. And this is contributing to the numbers that are suddenly blowing up. Initially, these people were not diagnosed with the coronavirus because they assumed that they had the flu, which says to me, when you start to think for yourself, that the coronavirus is similar to the flu in that it is highly contagious. But what's important here is that we must work on eating better and having a stronger immune system because there are organisms within our environment that their only job is to attack us, to make us sick, right? This is part of how things go. And so we are supposed to eat better. 90% of the foods that we have out here, especially in America, are unhealthy. They're snack foods, they're fun foods. None of these foods are nourishing us or making us healthy. During this time, narcissists expect to hear from the narcissists in your life. Narcissists are using this time not only to incite fear, but to be able to use it to get narcissistic supply and also to tap into their imaginary harem of people who can offer them supply by pretending to call them to see that they're okay, to see if they need anything so that they can try to wheel you back into the cycle. I have heard from so many narcissistic friends and relatives during this coronavirus pandemic or scare or whatever adjective you'd like to add or noun that you'd like to add to that. The way that you know whether a person is sincere is how often do they call you? Have they been calling you before the coronavirus, or are these people suddenly calling you, asking you, do you need something, wanting to come visit you? This is a way that narcissistic people are able to get validation for themselves from you by how you respond to that call or that email or that text message. People who are concerned about you are always in touch with you, unless there's some reason between the two of you that you know. But narcissistic people in particular love to reach out to people during these times because they're hoping that they can reach up under your skin and snatch out your common sense and make you forget the reason why you don't deal with them anyway. This is what they do. They use times like these to take control over people. The government offering $1,000 or going into meetings trying to determine how they can give $1,000 to each family member. This is extremely a narcissistic idea. First of all, we know that money hasn't had value since, I don't know, a long time. Money is not something that is backed by any tangible thing like gold. Money is just paper, or now it's more digital than ever, but it doesn't really have any value. So why would you even think that $1,000 a month could actually help the people? Especially since, depending on where you live at across the country, the standards of living are quite different. You mean to tell me that these big politicians don't have the resources? I mean, they have the proper resources to tax everyone, so why don't you have the proper resources to see what would be sufficient to help a family, let's say in New York City, versus a family in, let's say, Kansas City or Oklahoma or in the South, where the standards and the price for living is typically known to be cheaper, as opposed to people in big cities like California, New York City, Chicago, you know, independent creators like myself versus people who work in hospitals and police stations. These people are going to continue to get paid. So there's a significant, like, there's this variation. There are these differences. So $1,000 to every family, yeah, thank you, I appreciate it. But that's quite narcissistic when you're dealing with paper money, when you can literally easily send $5,000 per family. This is the same government that will bail out Bank of America, bail out this one, bail out that one. So basically, the purpose of this video today is to tell you to think for yourself, regardless what comes across your feed, regardless to what people are trying to tell you and pass you. You do not have to get the coronavirus. And if by chance you did get the coronavirus, it's highly likely that you will recover. Why? Because your beliefs, your mind, your actions, and the way that you respond to the obstacles and the challenges in your life, and understanding that there is a power that is greater than all of us at work, and you are never in full error. You can always bounce back, is what you need to be feeding yourself right now. I mean, what do you have to lose? Feeding yourself power, feeding yourself positivity, feeding, you know, researching information, being able to see that there isn't much difference between viruses that we've already come in contact with and this coronavirus, and understanding that we don't know everything. And the fact that we don't know everything means what? We need to focus on what is within our power. That is our only job in life. We are charged with focusing on things that are in our power. And believe me when I tell you, there are far more things within our power than we give ourselves credit for. And keeping yourself healthy to the best of your ability, there are rewards for that. Changing your diet, using this quarantine, you know, kind of sit back time to focus on your dreams and goals, to do research, to read books. There is so much that you can do. So I hope you like this video. I hope you understand that narcissists will be calling you, narcissists will be fear-mongering you, narcissists will be telling you to wear a mask and telling you to wear gloves and making you feel afraid, and that it is up to you to direct the thoughts in your mind, to direct your beliefs, to be in control of your feelings and where you let your energy flow and what energy you allow in. If you like this video, prove it by pressing like. If you know somebody who could benefit from this video, maybe one of those fear-mongering family members who keeps calling you, telling you to watch this channel or that channel, and did you hear this and did you hear that, and oh my God, you better go to the supermarket, share this video. If they're narcissists, they'll probably delete it. But if they're not, maybe they'll rethink their choices, right? Because we don't want to spread fear. We don't want to cause people to feel disempowered, right? And if you subscribe to my channel, thank you. And if you haven't yet subscribed, you can subscribe now and hit the bell notification to be notified when I produce more videos. And remember, over at members.adreamlife.com, not only am I doing 12 weeks of the You Can't Hurt Me No More self-love kit for empaths who love too hard, I am managing a complete, empowering tech, digital program to help you tell your story or do whatever it is that you want to do, and use this online social distancing element to be able to create your dreams. And you should start now. Seriously. Read the description to learn more.